To FY 2022 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on a touchtone phone. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Dinesh Nandwana, Managing Director and Group CEO. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Nandwana.
Good day, dear ladies and gentlemen. It is pleasure to greet you all once again on behalf of our Board of Directors and Senior Management. We begin by thanking all of you for having spare time in joining us here today to discuss our second quarter earnings for the financial year 2022. I would like to update you on all strategic decisions with respect to our demerger process. The Board of Directors have now, after due deliberation and detailed discussion, taking into consideration the best interest of all the stakeholders, have finally decided to demerge the e-governance and IT/ITES division, whereas the digital division will be continued to be 100% subsidiary of the current listed entity, that is Vakrangi Limited. The board has decided to demerge the non-core business of e-governance and IT/ITES as a separate entity. We believe the proposed demerger would unlock the potential of the core Vakrangi Kendra business in the current listed entity with existing business of Vakrangi Kendra physical outlet as well as digital platform of Bharat Easy mobile super app. Vakrangi Kendra business is a retail-centric consumer-facing business. It is an assets-light, high return on capital business and thereby will get the proper representation post the demerger. We believe this would lead to significant re-rating of the core business and would maximize shareholders' wealth. The current listed entity, Vakrangi Limited, would consist of existing business of Vakrangi Kendra physical outlet as well as digital platform of Bharat Easy mobile super app. The demerger will enable both the companies to enhance business operations by streamlining operations, more efficient management control, and outlining independent growth strategies. With respect to our business strategy, we are back to our growth path and we are showcasing strong growth and improved financial every quarter-on-quarter basis. There has been robust growth in revenue as well as profitability on quarter-on-quarter basis as the COVID situation normalizes as well as our e-commerce services like online shopping, online travel, online healthcare, and other services have become fully operational. We have grown our revenues as well as profitability on quarter-on-quarter basis for the last 5 quarters on a consistent basis, and we are therefore back on sustainable growth path. Further, the company has leveraged technology and process automation initiatives which have resulted into enhanced profitability. 2 key initiatives have been the digital FLM initiative and other one being the direct communication initiative with the franchisee through relationship managers. Entire franchisee life cycle management process, that is FLM, is now digital. From lead generation to onboarding to service activation, we have digitized through Aadhaar-based e-signing as well as e-stamping on the franchisee agreement, thereby bringing paperless, hassle-free documentation and faster turnout time for the prospective franchisees. This has led to significantly reduction in the franchisee onboarding costs, enhanced field team efficiency and productivity. During the pandemic, we set up a dedicated business vertical-wise VC channels whereby franchisee can log in on daily basis and get online training sessions service-wise. Further, live two-way communication sessions with the direct business team as well as centralized HO level relationship managers to resolve their queries on real-time basis. This has further reduced the requirement of field team as well as resultant into enhanced franchisee satisfaction level and better productivity. Over the last few years, we have undergone a huge transformational journey whereby we have made transition from non-exclusive store in a store format outlet to highly recognizable, standardized, exclusive branded next-gen format outlet. We have successfully launched 13,200 plus next-gen Kendra and are on track to deliver 25,000 operational Kendra before March 22. I believe we have reached an inflection point and now from here where on we foresees a strong growth momentum in terms of financial as well as the operational growth over the coming years. We believe we are now all poised to have a clear visibility for a strong growth journey into the next few years to come. We have recently launched our next 5-year growth plan and further business guidance through our Strategy 2.0 document. The Strategy 2.0 document highlights our next 5-year growth targets and operational and financial deliverables in details. Our vision is now set to create the world's largest franchisee-based distribution channel in India with a strong focus on rural India. We are confident to deliver very strong growth over the next 5 years as our network grow from 13,200 to 25,000 outlets by March 22 and 75,000 outlets by March 26. We estimate that our gross transaction value would cost $50 billion on an annual basis over the next 5 years, and number of transactions would cross 1 billion transactions annually. This will result into significant growth in revenues and profitability as our business model is asset-light franchisee-based model with strong operating leverage. Our cash-adjusted return on capital would improve significantly. Further, with respect to future visibility on number of transaction outlets, I would like to share that we have received 150,000 plus inquiries. Therefore, we have a clear visibility of reaching 25,000 operational next-gen outlets before March 22. Commenting on the financial performance, our revenue from operation stood at 207.19 crores, year-on-year growth on 195%. EBITDA stood at 39.20 crores, year-on-year growth on 74.5%. PAT stood at 26.74 crores, year-on-year growth of 100.9%. Going forward, as the environment normalizes, we expect the financials to keep improving as all services become fully operational as a store gets more and more mature. Also, we have been able to maintain a robust balance sheet with debt-free status, and entire capex has been funded through internal accruals. We will witness the benefit of strong operating leverage as our costs would remain at the same level until we reach 25,000 fully operational outlets. Thereby, strong operating leverage will result into significant improvement in profitability. Our quarterly throughput cost rupees 150 plus billion, whereas our quarterly number of transactions cost 32.1 million. We have further implemented process automation and technology initiatives resulting into enhanced profitability. Going forward, we shall witness growth on 3 parts, which is increase in number of outlets, activation of all services across outlets, and then maturity of services over the period of time. During this quarter, I am pleased to share with you that we have tied up with Big Heart Agro Private Limited to provide complete agri services across our platform. We have also tied up with Lend-Den Club to provide investment and borrowing options to the customer in the remotest part of the country. Lend-Den Club is one of the leading peer-to-peer lending platform in India. I am pleased to say that our company has launched an online digital platform to enable seamless services for the consumer at the comfort of their homes. We have recently launched a mobile super app-based business platform, Bharat Easy App, India ka super app. It's currently a beta version and we have intent to go fully operational live in the next quarter. Through this, we have evolved into the unique O2O of online to offline platform whereby there is assistance available through the physical camera network along with digital online services. By downloading a single Vakrangi Bharat Easy Super App mobile application, our customer would get access to wide array of products and services which would significantly reduce their requirement to switch between multiple apps. This would lead to superior customer experience and convenience for the customer. A unique differentiator and the sustainable competitive advantage whereby our digital super app platform would be able to leverage the Vakrangi on-ground ecosystem, a vast, well-diversified pan-India level 13,200 plus physical store network of Vakrangi as a point of physical assistance, especially to consumer to semi-urban and rural remote locations. This unique proposition of digital along with physical would help the digital channel to scale up the fast and would significantly reduce the cost related to acquiring customers, physical assistance, order fulfilling, and return management of the online orders. Further, leveraging physical presence would result into better customer interaction, strong brand recall, and better service experience and trust for the customers. Further, our company has been successful in benchmarking our performance on a wide range of industry-specific economic, environmental, governance and social criteria that are relevant to the growing focus on business sustainability and financial relevance to the corporate success. Global recognition reflects company's commitment to further enhance the corporate governance and transparency standards. Company has achieved global recognition across various platforms for its superior ESG performance and long-term business sustainability. During this quarter, I am pleased to share that Vakrangee has been awarded the India Leadership Award for the category Leadership in Data Privacy and Security from ESG Risk AI. We are glad that our efforts on data privacy and security are recognized. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our stakeholders for their support. We can now open the floor for question answer session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dinesh Nandwana, for your opening remarks. So we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to limit their question to one per participant and to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Sachin Naik from Hapag Lloyd. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir. मेरा एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन हेलो क्योंकि ये अपना प्राइस मूवमेंट क्यों नहीं हो रहा है रिफ्लेक्ट, मतलब अप एंड डाउन क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, मतलब मूवमेंट क्यों नहीं हो रहा है?
Sir, basically with respect to the share price movement, it is not in our hands, or we are not,
Okay.
We are talking on the business model and in terms of our financials as well as our number of outlets as well as in terms of our growth path. We are talking about on those parameters. Share price movement, it is not right on our part also to tell you about that where the price will move.
But my same question is related to can we open 25,000 Kendra by the end of March 2021? 22?
Yes.
So can you please start from the exact now?
Your voice is cracking. You have asked me that with respect to the visibility for the 25,000 stores.
Yes.
We have fairly good amount of comfort because we have more than 150,000 applications in place.
Okay, but currently how much Kendra is open, active or open?
13,200.
13,000. Okay, and what will be the Kendra opening ratio for in a month? How much we expect? Like for March, it remains 5 months from now. Okay, so in 5 months, every month 2,000 we have to open.
So right now we are in the month of October. So it is October, November, December, and March. So there are total 6 months. In the 6 months, another 11,000 to 12,000 outlets.
Okay. So
around 2,000 outlets.
Because the policy has revised, the last year. Because earlier because of COVID, this policy has revised. Okay, but since last 2 quarters, we are seeing that the total opening Kendra is like 13,000 only. It is not improving, or the count will not be increased.
So if you see, basically before March 21, the outlet count was 10,000. Then it increased to 11,700. Now it has increased to 13,200 plus. And if you see, because during the COVID period...
No, sir. Actually, last conference call also we heard the Kendra's amount will be was around 13,700 something.
No. So it was 11,700. You can check the presentation. You can check the con call also. That is not a challenge. It is available on the website. So if you see, basically last year, because of COVID, lot of franchises were hesitant to open the outlet during the COVID period because only essential services were operational, which was primarily banking and ATM. All the other services were almost closed because of the logistic challenges in rural India. Travel services were shut. Now, as the services have become fully operational, all the franchisees who had applied, they are very much ready to start the store. And that is where we are getting a huge response in terms of store opening. Therefore, we are saying that we have a pretty much good comfort and good visibility of achieving our 25,000 store target by March 22.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ronak Mantri from HCL. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, so congrats to the management team. So I think maybe even I think 2 years ago you had a target of achieving 25,000 stores by March 2021. But I do understand because of COVID you were not able to achieve that. But hopefully maybe in the coming year you will achieve that. I had a concern. If I go to NPCI, if I see your total ATM count is just 5,500. You are saying you have 13,200 stores on ground. You do have a fantastic model. So the things which I see, even I personally visited some of your stores. Logistics service is not everywhere. ATM service is not everywhere. If all these things starts up, then definitely there is a very good business case scenario. So why the things are lacking back? Can I know?
No, so Ronak, so if you see basically in terms of our model flexibility, we have the option where if you go to our website also you can check it. So there are options where people can have an option where they can take the outlet without ATM, or they also have the option to take only the ATM. So, for example, recently we are in talks with lot of from a B2B perspective in terms of petrol stations. So, for example, we are in talks with IOCL as well as Naira. So, where the petrol pump owner becomes the franchisee. So, he is much more comfortable only in taking the ATM as that is the right footfall service for their fuel station. So we are now getting into those kind of tie-ups where basically we are focusing in terms of ATM services also. But as a model, we have the flexibility where the franchisee has the option to select whether he wants to take with ATM or without ATM. Because typically in tier 5, tier 6 locations, maybe in the village level population is only 5,000 people. So the franchisee is comfortable doing banking and other services rather than having an ATM investment, because the ATM investment goes up to then around 3 lakh rupees. So that is one point where the investment criteria comes in. But if you see in terms of tier 3, tier 4 or tier maximum up to tier 5, almost 5,600 franchisees already have the ATMs in place. And there would be another 1,000 to 1,500 ATMs that would be coming up over the next 6 to 8 months.
And about the logistic thing, so why all the Kendra don't have logic? Because see, if you are saying that you will be having, can I complete?
Yes, that depends on the postal code availability, serviceability of the partners. So, for example, we are having partnerships. Say, for example, some of the companies like regional companies like Maruti as well as the Aramex. So there the service, for example, is not that in that particular postal code or in that particular location, then the service might not be available in that particular store. But the logistic is actually there in almost 80% plus of the outlets.
And sir, my last question. Many of the companies are going global. You see, if you say that you will be achieving like 50,000 store counts, that's massive. I think I don't see any more company like Vakrangi having so much of a presence here in India. Have you think about the overseas listing of your Vakrangi Kendra business so as to get a greater valuation for your business and reward your shareholders?
So, sir, right now, if you see, basically our focus is first to capture the Indian market. So, our target of reaching 75,000 stores as per our strategy 2.0 document, which we had also released in the last quarter. So, right now, the focus is to capture the Indian market. And if you see, demerger decision is one of the process where we believe that it would create lot of value for our shareholders, because we are removing the non-core business. So, the Kendra business, which is a pure consumer-centric platform business, which will be having the physical store as well as the digital platform in place.
which is the Bharat Easy mobile app. So that will be under one current listed company, which is Vakrangi Limited. So definitely, we feel it is the right step in the right direction in order to focus on shareholder value creation. So that is where we are focusing on.
Sorry. Rohan Mantri, you please rejoin the queue. Thank you. Participants who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Bharat from Nokia. Please go ahead.
Yes. Hi, sir. I would like to know by when the demerger process will be happening. At least do you have a timeline?
So if you see, basically demerger, this board has already approved. Now it will undergo the due process. So it will be the submission will happen to the SEBI, BSE, NSE as well as the NCLT. So I think so on a timeline basis, I think so another 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months is the typical time process to complete the exercise.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kishore, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Before 3-4 years, your share price fall from 5 to something 19 rupees. And after NCA clean sheet, why your share can't move?
So, Kishorji, if you see, basically the two things have happened. One is definitely what you are talking about, the MCA clean sheet and other things which was related to the corporate governance. So we have come out clean across all the parameters, and even the MCA report is available on our website. So we have received a clean
But
sheet.
sir, why sir price can't move? Now there are 3 years.
Yes.
Sir, why sir?
Yes. So, sir, if you see in terms of, we have also undergone a complete transformation in terms of our business model. So, if you see earlier, we were having almost 40,000 plus touch points, which was an unbranded, non-exclusive arrangement where we were doing a lot of government services. So, if you remember in 2015-16, Vakrangi was also one of the largest Aadhaar enrollment agency doing a lot of work in the Election Commission and legacy e-government projects. Over the period of time, we have realized that these are all project-based businesses where now Aadhaar is almost completed. 99% of the population Aadhaar is already done. So it is a one-time kind of project. So we changed the business model from a one-time project basis or legacy e-governance business to a complete regular retail-centric consumer-focused business. And therefore, if you see in the last 2 years, between 2018, 19 to 20, we have changed the business model to exclusive branded format stores where we are providing multiple lines of products and services under one roof. So where we are focusing a lot on private partnerships such as Amazon, WeHealth, travel services, Reliance Jio. So now these are the services which make the model much more sustainable and long-term in nature. Now, if you see, we are getting back to our growth path. So, if you see, last year we did, in FY21, we did a profit after tax of around 62 crores. In the current 6 months, in these 2 quarters in the current year, we have already crossed 50 crores of profit. So, even if we are able to annualize it, we are growing at a much faster pace now. And this business is set to be much more sustainable and an ongoing basis rather than just depending on 1 or 2 individual projects and one-time project income. So I think so. In terms of pricing or valuation, I am not the right person to give any guidance on it. But what I can say is that business has changed completely. This is much more stronger as a business. We are building a branded consumer-centric platform, and you will see the benefit of this over the next couple of years as our profitability also comes back on track, and we will be matching the similar kind of revenues and financials what we used to get early in a much more better arrangement.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the last question for today. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Amit Sabharwal from Vakrangi for closing comments.
Thank you everyone for taking time out and attending our Q2 FY22 conference call. Please feel free to get in touch with us in case of any further queries or anything. The result presentation and all the details are available on the website also. And in case you have any queries, you can please feel to get in touch with us. My email ID is amitsammets@vakrangi.in. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of Vakrangi, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.